All right, so we're standing by with Denzel Boston of Washington, and I was watching you at the podium just now. One of the things that stood out to me is how polite you were in terms of recognizing all the media and all these other things. So tell me about your mom, you know what I mean? Because I feel like some of that has come off in your demeanor.
Right, yeah, my mom is a very highly political woman, and when it comes to the business world, so she's always been about respect and about manners and the way that she treats people. We have this saying is, treat your neighbor how you want to be treated, so whether they're reporters, whether or not, they're still my neighbor right now in this present moment. And, I would love them to treat me how I treat them, so that's why I show respect in all ways.
And I feel like that's indicative of what type of teammate you will be. And speaking of teams, what team meeting stood out that you had so far at the Combine in terms of something they asked you, something that they did, or what have you that you remember now?
Yeah, something, there really isn't any team that stood out to me.
Yeah.
I feel like all my meetings went great with teams, and I feel like, all of them showed me respect, and I showed them respect in a great way. And, I believe I walked out of every meeting with happy faces and, great conversation.
So why should a team like maybe the Patriots move up and come to get you? Obviously, Mel Kiper is, has you as a first rounder, but why should somebody even think about moving up to grab you?
Yeah, I think going through the Combine is definitely going to establish why, why teams should think that way. And, I believe that, I'm a great player. I'm a receiver. I catch the ball. I have a great contested catch rate. I have a low drop rate, and I have a high catch rate overall, So I believe if I'm a receiver and I do what receivers do at a high level, why not come get me?
Now, I'm a former Carolina track star. I heard you talking about doing the drills, doing the 40 and all this other stuff. One of the things when I was watching the 40 yesterday is some of the guys got a concave back, when they're coming out of their start and things like that. Right. So I wonder how much do you work on not only your flexibility, but your lower spinal, flexibility, the sacral, the lumbar area to make sure that you're, vectoring out. So tell me about what you know about technique. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the technique, I think it's all about staying low, making sure you get those first 6 steps in 10 yards. And then once you get that, you're in the area to break into the 4.4s there. So I think as long as you stay low and you keep you got to be flexible. You got to get them hips right. Make sure them hips are ready to run, especially them hip flexors. As long as you stay low for them first 6 steps and you get past that 10, you're in good shape.
Last question: if you had to make a meal for a general manager to convince him that you're the one to pick, and it was dependent on the meal that you were going to cook, what was it going to be?
It's going to be you know what? I'm making some soul food. I'm gonna throw down some fried catfish and some fried chicken.
Does it have whiskers on it?
No.
You're gonna take out the whiskers?
We're gonna take out the whiskers for sure. And then we're gonna throw in some candy yams in there, throw in some greens, throw in some cornbread, and then we're gonna bring it to them.
From Jiffy, or you make it from scratch?
No, I'm making it from scratch. I'm a baker on the side.
Oh, you a baker on the side? You just making that up, or you for real baker?
I'm making that up. I said that at every podium I've been to.
Okay. I didn't hear that part, but that's okay. But you making me some soft batch chocolate chip cookies?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So I'm gonna hold you to that. And we're gonna do a piece where I get to style your hair, and we do a little fashion thing.
Okay,
we got that?
All
right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Back to you guys.